supposed to be sucking up to the principal.
Anything you do.
I'm a new career therapist.
Well, we've got a mess coming with this new hurricane, don't we?
We've got a real mess.
Yeah. Have you heard
Thank you.
any projection about evacuees coming our way, that we'll be getting more children?
I just saw the paths they were taking.
Get the IEPs
And,
and get them evaluated. It has been really
It
difficult.
seemed that most of the people from
And we're here
the Houston area are going
we can
to
move one in,
north and
move one
northwest.
out, then
Okay,
I think that'll be
well.
better.
or Dallas.
That's good, because I don't think we
don't know.
could
It has
take
been
many
really
more children
hard.
at this time.
It really has been. How you been doing? I know you're doing something.
Good morning, Miss Nice. How you doing? How are you?
It's good to see you again, Amber.
Principal Crockett.
Thank
Good morning.
Hey, Miss Updike.
Just fine, I'm sorry.
Good morning. How you doing, Miss Kate?
Hi, how you doing? I'm Miss Rose. I'm the guardian for Amber.
I'm Miss Upright. I'm our special education teacher.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So glad you could come.
Hi.
I'm Miss Rose.
Hi, I'm Mr. Beard.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Beard.
Miss Kidd, speech therapist.
Hi, Miss. We talked on the phone. How you doing?
Hi, I'm Miss Crockett.
Hi,
the
Miss
principal of
Crockett.
the school.
Miss Rose, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. If everybody wants to take a seat, we can go ahead and get started on our meeting this morning. You know, we have a limited amount of time scheduled for each of these IEP meetings. See you this morning. Good morning, Amber. How are you? Well, first of all, I want to again introduce myself. I'm Sonia Crockett, the principal here at Pensacola Middle School. I want to thank you all for being here, especially you, Amber. This is a very important meeting. It isn't the first IEP meeting for Amber, but it's our annual review, and we're very glad each of you could be here. We here at Pensacola Middle School are very proud of our children and want to provide the best education for our children. First of all, I'd like to introduce everyone. Of course, I'm going to send around a sign-up sheet. If you'll indicate your name and who you're affiliated with. We have Ms. Kidd, who is our new speech therapist. She's just come from Florida State University, and we're very proud to have her with us. And of course, everyone knows Amber. And Amber, thank you for being here this morning. And Ms. Rose, you are with the Guardian Ad Litem
Guardian Ad Litem program, yeah. I'm the guardian for Amber.
Thank you for being with us. And Ms. Upright, she is our special education teacher. We are very sad to say that at the end of this semester or this school year, we'll be losing her to retirement, but we've been very fortunate to have her with us for the last 20 years.
Thank you.
We have Mr. Beard, our school administrator. Mr. Beard, thank you for being with us. We know you are very busy with various matters, and with this new hurricane coming towards us, I'm sure you've got more on your plate than you can handle. And Ms. Nice, you are Amber's regular classroom teacher, is that correct?
Yes.
And thank you for being here. I know you have a busy schedule. I'll go ahead and send around that sign-up sheet. And if we can get started, as I say, we allocate a certain amount of time.
I do just want to mention, sorry to interrupt, Ms. Crockett, that I've passed around a IEP memo. It says in pretty plain bullet format all the points I'd like to see addressed
And
today, and
we
it just kind of
each
summarizes
have
my
one of
position.
those.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we will address that at some point during the meeting. Just to encapsulate the school's position at this time, Ms. Kidd, our in-house speech therapist, has done an evaluation on Amber, and it is our position at this time that Amber no longer needs the speech therapy that she's been receiving for the past 5 years, that she has reached a level of improvement that is very respectable, very, very, very good, and I'll have Ms. Kidd go into that in just a moment, so that we will continue with services she already receives for a specific learning disability, I believe in Ms. Upright's class, and we all know what a good teacher Ms. Upright is, and I'm sure Ms. Upright will continue to provide those services for her for this year that she's here with us.
But I can't provide the speech therapy that she needs.
That's correct, and as Ms. Kidd will explain now, we no longer feel that she needs this speech therapy based on the recent evaluation. Ms. Kidd?
Well, based on Amber's reevaluation, we are obligated and required to do an evaluation, reevaluation of this child every 3 years. Amber has made significant progress. She's gone from 20% to 70% in 5 years. Her speech is intelligible 70% of the time. We're very proud of her for that growth. And at this time, we want to terminate services based on that she's made significant progress, and the progress that she has made can be continued at home with regular exercises that can be conducted with her and her parents.
She's in a group home. Those people can't provide the one-on-one care that she needs, or they can't teach her speech therapy. They're not speech therapists.
I'm sorry, Amber. How about you wait out in the hallway, and then I'll come and get you whenever the meeting's over. Okay? Thank you. Sorry, I really didn't feel comfortable discussing some of these issues in front of Amber, and I don't think she necessarily needs to be present for us to continue to talk about, you know, what kind of speech therapy she needs. And Ms. Upright is correct that she is in a group foster home. She's not with her parents. She's not with primary caregivers who can dedicate, you know, a lot of time to just sitting down at the kitchen table at night and going over her speech therapy lessons. And while I agree that Ms. Upright has done an amazing job with bringing her, I mean, a 50% increase from 20 to 70% is absolutely fantastic. However, intelligible 70% of the time is not adequate.
Well, given that 70%, going from 20 to 70% in a growth spurt of 5 years is significant progress.
Yes.
We're meeting the needs that we need to with Amber, and we think at this point in time, based on the evaluation that I've conducted,
Right.
that she's ready to be discharged from these services.
Right, and I do want to
Excuse
take
me.
this opportunity
Ms.
to...
Ms. Rose, Ms. Rose, may I just interrupt you for a moment? I wanted to point out that it isn't Ms. Upright who's been providing these speech therapy services. It's Ms. Melody, who is our retired speech therapist. And, you know, Amber did have a close relationship with her, and this may be a very good point to, you know, with Ms. Kidd saying she doesn't need those services anymore, to start her with a new speech therapist doesn't make sense at
Well,
this
that's just
time.
not true, because she clearly still has a speech impediment. She still needs these services. Why stop now? Excuse me. I mean, she could. It said we have an evaluation done by the Department of Children and Families. We have a letter from her psychotherapist saying they both recommend continued speech therapy.
I've looked at the evaluation that the Department of Children and Families conducted, and based on that evaluation, that was not done in a school setting. I've evaluated Amber in the school setting, looking at the issues that need to be addressed, and in my professional opinion, she no longer meets the requirements that we need for the speech therapy.
Well, I don't see how doing it in a school setting is necessarily relevant to being able to judge how
I think
she's
I've
able
had
to
more
communicate.
contact with Amber in the school setting and evaluating her than the
Right,
Department
but
of
you're not
Children
saying
and
from your
Families
general
evaluated.
contact with her that this is your professional opinion. You're saying from a specific evaluation, which is the same from DCF. So I don't see how that's necessarily.
And being in the school system with Amber, I have had personal contact with her as well, and she's interacting with her fellow peers. She's interacting with her teachers. I just don't say, I really feel
That's
in my
just not true.
professional...
They're
Excuse
still
me,
making fun of her in class.
Let's just
Okay,
have one
could I
person,
speak?
one person at a time, and I'd like Ms. Kidd to finish
Of course you would.
what she is talking about.
I'm just saying that given that Amber has reached a significant increase in her intelligible speech, that this is we're at a good stopping point for her to just be terminated from services.
And
given that we've been inundated with new students coming into the school who have severe problems that need to be addressed, I think we really need to focus in on those students. Amber, we've met the goal that we set for Amber, and we need to terminate the services.
And I would like
I
Mr.
disagree.
Beard to weigh in on this issue of the resources that are available to our school at this time.
Our resources are extremely limited right now, in particular in view of the additional kids that we've had to take care of and start schooling and all, and helping from the hurricane ravaged areas. And now we have another major Category 5 hurricane headed for the Gulf Coast, and we could easily see some more, although I don't see anything near the influx that we've had before. I believe Mrs. Kidd's position is very clear and it's concise, and so I think it's right on the money. There is only so much that we can do.
That's just
And
simply
if-
not true. Over the years, we've provided
Ms.
care for all
Epperly,
these.
Ms. Wright, I'm sorry, I just have to maintain this meeting, and Mr. Beard was speaking, if you'll
And I
wait.
was asked to give my evaluation.
Go right ahead.
In view of the obvious strides that Amber has made using her own initiative in the past year, and this has been pointed out by Mrs. Kittle, the tremendous strides that Amber has made on her own, she is on her way. This last 30% for her is going to be a piece of cake. I believe the first half of the therapy absolutely was necessary, but like it's going from 20 to 70%. That's tremendous strides in just 5 years, and she's on her way. And I think her goals will be reached.
This child can't teach herself speech therapy.
Well,
She's a
I
special
understand.
education
I
child.
understand what you're saying, Ms. Upright, but I believe as if you clearly stated to me that she's a ward of the Department of Children and Families. Can't they provide someone that will help her with her exercises on a daily basis to improve her speech?
Her caseworker has limited contact with her. I do not trust those people. I've seen children fall through the cracks over the years, and I'm just unwilling for that to happen to
Well, and then
Amber.
it's not just a matter of trusting DCF. I mean, the school is obligated to provide certain services,
And we
and
have
this is
done
one
that.
of them.
We
is that
have
we've
done that to a point where we've improved Amber's speech 70%, at least 70%.
Okay, well, I didn't you stated earlier that we had reached the goal with her, and I didn't know that the goal was 70% from the beginning first, and
Well,
second.
constantly we are reevaluating what the goal is, and at this point, Amber has made significant enough stride for us to move.
Well, I mean, I think
beyond
we need to
determinative services.
reevaluate the term significant. I mean, you keep using that she's intelligible 70% of the time. What does that mean? It means that she's not totally non-understandable 70% of the time, but at 30% of the time, which I believe is significant. A third of her time is spent where you cannot understand a word that girl is saying. And 70% of the time, you can understand, yeah, Ms. Rose. I mean, that's not acceptable.
I would like to point out, and I think Mr. Beard will back me on this, is that under the law, we are not obligated to provide perfection.
Oh, right.
We're-
And I don't expect
appropriate
perfection.
An
I
appropriate
don't.
education. And I'd like to hear from Ms. Nice at this point about how Amber is doing in the classroom.
Amber's getting pretty good grades. She gets B's, some C's. She has some friends in class, but I do think that some speech therapy would probably be a good idea.
Well, some speech therapy. You know, I have read about the Guardian Ad Litem program and that you do have a fundraising arm. And would there not be something that the Guardian Ad Litem program could do to perhaps provide a
Right.
tutor
No,
for this
unfortunately,
child?
most of the fundraising is used to buy school supplies, to buy clothing, like school uniforms, those kinds of things for our children. Unfortunately, we don't provide direct services.
It's just
for
not
them.
needed. The school system can provide to Amber's needs. They can provide what she needs.
Well,
I just wanted to point
I
out the
disagree with you, Ms.
psychotherapist
Upright, that I really,
has sent a letter.
I really stand by my evaluation
Well,
of
the
Amber.
psychotherapist who evaluated her psychotherapist says she's observed a significant improvement in Amber's speech. However, Amber still has noticeable speech impediment and at times is simply not understandable. This clearly shows that she needs continued speech therapy.
And then also-
our school can provide that.
Right, and then also that three of you have mentioned how well she gets along with other students. However, I do want to read that next paragraph, that Amber's speech impediment is hurting Amber's self-esteem, her self-confidence, her ability to socialize and make friends. Because of her impediment, she withdraws from other children. She's been observed crying because other children teasing her. And I mean, I'm sure you can imagine, we're talking a 13-year-old little girl who's in 8th grade. You know that those, I mean, I'm sure you
Children
guys
are
work
full.
with
Ms.
children who are this age. Let me finish.
We have
that
read
she,
this
okay,
psychotherapist
let me
report and
finish
we
my point.
understand.
I'm sorry,
Mrs.
thank you.
Nice could speak
Is
to
that
that as well.
I'm sure all of you work with young children who are going through the hormonal changes, whatever else. It's a very difficult age, and to have a speech impediment coupled on top of those self-esteem issues you already have at 13 years old, that she's not socializing adequately, she's not socializing even normally because of the speech impediment, and that 70% is good, but it's not adequate.
Ms. Rose, we have 565 children with
Okay.
various hormonal problems.
And with
going
due
on.
respect,
And
I mean,
that's
Ms.
pretty
Crockett, we're not
typical.
here to discuss
Excuse me.
570
And
students.
Amber's
We're
going
here
to
to
high
discuss
school
Amber.
just like they are next year.